I'm gonna show you how to make the most delicious, succulent salmon you've ever had. Grab your baking dish, because we are making slow roasted salmon with a walnut olive vinaigrette. I know what you are thinking. You have tried every possible way of making salmon at home and you are just not happy. Maybe it splatters all over the place, maybe it's dry or overcooked, but I am here to tell you this recipe will yield a best ever salmon. It's gonna be succulent, it's gonna be juicy, and it's gonna have a ton of flavor. Plus, there is a bonus. You are not gonna have a fishy smell in your kitchen. First things first, we want to season our salmon, and I know what you're thinking. This is one giant fillet of salmon, and this is one of the tricks to this recipe because roasting it in a whole side like this is gonna keep it nice and juicy. We wanna season this with some salt and pepper, so go ahead and season both sides. Now we wanna get this into our baking dish. Before we get this in the oven, we wanna add a ton more flavor. So we're gonna make a little bit of a marinade. Starts with a half a cup of extra virgin olive oil. My bottle here has measurements, so I don't need a measuring cup. To that, we are gonna add 1 whole tablespoon of smoked paprika. I love smoked paprika. So to all the spice gods out there, please make a jar that fits a tablespoon. I will love you forever. And we need some lemon. So we are gonna add 1 tablespoon of finely grated lemon zest and then 3 tablespoons of fresh juice. What we need, I hope you don't get tired of this rasp grater sword. It's like if I were He-Man, I would have a rasp grater. And this entire mixture gets poured over that beautiful salmon. Let's go. This salmon is ready for the oven. It is going in at 325 degrees for about 30 minutes. And I know what you're thinking. That's way too low and way too long. Cooking the salmon low and slow is gonna allow the fat to render really gently, and that is how you get a really succulent piece of fish. Set the timer for 30 minutes.
Okay, 30 minutes and counting.
We have just enough time to make our walnut olive vinaigrette. We have more than enough time, actually. It is gonna start with some toasted walnuts. We are gonna finely chop these into a little bowl here. Next up, we need some olives. I love this olive with all my heart. The Castelvetrano olive. They are meaty, they are green, they are mild. Just like the walnuts, we're gonna give these a chop. Whoop. Next up, you know this guy, Kalamata olives. They are super pungent and super salty. So walnuts, olives down, time to get some herbs in there. So we are gonna finely chop a half a cup of flat leaf parsley. Let's go ahead and pick a bunch of parsley leaves, and then we are going to give these a chop. All right, let's get these into the bowl. And I'm sort of realizing now, maybe my bowl is not big enough. Why do I always do this? Put it in a bigger bowl. To all of these sort of chunky, delicious, flavorful ingredients, we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of both extra virgin olive oil and champagne vinegar. So then we wanna season this with some salt and pepper. Make sure it has lots and lots of flavor. Yummy. Walnut olive vinaigrette done. Time to check the fish. This salmon is looking extraordinary. About every 10 minutes, baste it with all of these amazing pan juices here. The watch is vibrating. You know what that means? The salmon's ready. Oh yes, oh yes. This is what I'm talking about. I mean, it is the color of rubies. This is a gem of a salmon recipe. So we're gonna go ahead and transfer this to a platter. It could be a little tricky, so you can serve it right in the baking dish if you would like. So I'm gonna use 2 fish spatulas. You can use any 2 spatulas you'd like. Scoop under one side, scoop under the other side. Okay. Woo. On your marks, get set, go. Woo. It's like the Olympics of moving fish, and I got the gold medal. When you are the chef, you get to eat the corner. And I'm gonna make sure I get a little bit of the olive and a little bit of the walnut. Damn, that is so succulent. One of the things I love most is that the salmon stands up so nicely with those robust olives and those crunchy, nutty walnuts. I mean, this is a platter of big, bold flavors. Who knew that slow roasting and just a few ingredients can make a masterpiece like this? I love it. I think you're gonna love it, and I hope you enjoy. All right, get away from my salmon.